Yeah. It's gone fast for me, in my opinion. The summer's been
yeah,
very fast.
fast,
It's,
fast.
it's how it goes sometimes, though.
Welcome back. Glad you guys are joining us, and got a few things to cover tonight. So,
Yeah.
what do you say, Dougie? What do you got? What do you start us off with?
Well, I think we gotta talk about kind of like the talk of the talk of the sports world right now. The baseball trade deadline, a lot of moves being made. Yankees and Red Sox both bolstering up to for the pennant race. They had the Brewers stocking up. So I don't know if you saw the Yankees just traded for Lance Lynn, and they let Adam Warren go. So
Yeah, they let him go for nothing, and they also traded Tyler Austin too.
yeah, Tyler Austin for Lance Lynn. So
I don't
that's
have any problem with that.
yeah.
There's no room for him.
I wasn't the biggest Austin fan. He kind of he showed flashes of power here and there, but it was never it was never that consistent. And he'll finally get a chance to kind of get more at bats now. With he's not behind Greg Bird over there.
Well, I'm wondering, is this the fact that I thought one of the biggest trades that they made. I was disappointed they traded Jason Streif. I mean,
Yeah, a
I
lot of
thought he was pretty good. I mean,
a lot of the
this
Yankee
guy-
fans were happy to see him go.
Why though? I mean, I don't
He-
think he's done anything wrong.
He was a little inconsistent. I wasn't his biggest fan either, to be honest. He was a little inconsistent. He always put guys on. It was never easy with him, and he did come through that one day against the Mets. I know he did, but I don't know. I wasn't his biggest fan. I wasn't happy. I wasn't sad to see him go, to be honest. Plus, we got
Well,
Britton
I'm
now.
wondering what was this trade to get this guy Luke Voigt from St. Louis? Maybe that's a message to Greg Bird. I mean, yeah, he hit a big home run the other day, but he's still hitting 220. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. I think it wasn't about Greg Bird. There was something about the 40-man roster where they had to make some room because they were going to lose people to the Rule 5 draft, and they kind of had to cut some dead weight, some guys that maybe kind of were kind of hit their ceiling a little bit. I think that was really what that trade was about, and
Yeah,
yeah.
there wasn't a lot. There wasn't a lot of big trades. I mean, now coming up today is now they're talking about whether or not the Nats should get rid of Harper because it seems like he's fed up in Washington. So they may. That would be a big blockbuster before the
Yeah.
trade deadline.
I don't see it though. I don't see it. He's too good for them to kind of pick up and make a huge trade just willy nilly without kind of working it over for days. Kind of like how Machado was. Machado, they were looking at that trade for days and days and days before they made that deal. And Harper, I think they're just going to pick up and trade him. I don't know about that,
Well,
but it would be
listen,
amazing.
He's going somewhere after the season anyway. They might as well get something for him. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I agree. I think if I was them, I would do it. If I was them, I would definitely do it. They're falling out of the race quickly, and if they're going to get something for him,
Bordering on being out of the race as we speak.
yeah. They're losing games to like the Marlins and teams they should beat, and they just haven't been getting the job done.
But at least I didn't see the Mets make any big moves. I mean, for the Mets' sake, I'm glad they didn't trade DeGrom, although that's not a done deal. Like it may not still happen, but
Yeah, I think
they're not going anywhere anyway. But they might as well get some people for him, I guess.
he's staying. Well, they have him for a couple of years, so it's not like they were desperate to. They're gonna lose him for nothing and all that, and they have this vision that they're gonna get 10 next year. If I was the Mets, man, I would have traded anybody of value. I would have done it all. I would have did a complete overhaul. They could have got if they really seriously put DeGrom on the market, they could have got a king's ransom for him and really jump started their rebuild.
Yep.
And that was their chance to do it. And I'm surprised. Syndergaard, DeGrom, they could have got all of them out of there and really just got a haul. Because there was no pitching on the market. There was no good pitching on the market. And those two would have been the prizes. And they would have got big prospects for them.
I mean, the Mets aren't going anywhere this year or next year anyway, so I don't know why they wouldn't.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. I don't know why they wouldn't either. It didn't make much sense to me. I really thought they should have just anybody of value, just restock all the farm system, get all these prospects and everybody coming up at the same time. That's what the Yankees did. The Yankees
Yeah.
looked like a boring dead team in 2016. They had like A-Rod, Teixeira, like all these older players, Headley, guys you didn't even want to watch, and they anybody of value they got rid of. Miller, Chapman, um, Beltran, and they restocked
Yeah.
their farm. And I really think the Mets should have did that.
Yeah, I know, but they didn't make any kind of moves at all. It's kind of strange.
Yeah, Cabrera was the only one they traded,
Yeah.
which that was a good trade, but they should have done more of it.
And let's really touch base real quick. I know they hung him and so forth. This Sanchez thing.
Yeah,
You know, I gotta say. I mean, I really like the guy and so forth, but he is lazy. He is lazy.
yeah. You know he
And
has these. He, I like him. He's got his skill is like out of this world, especially for a catcher. He has a cannon for an arm, and he hits like no catcher really has ever. To be honest, he hits like Piazza when he's on his game. But he just has these like lazy tendencies, and I don't want to like stereotype him and say all this stuff like he's like like he's lazy, but he has to stop this stuff like this loafing around, loafing after the ball, and maybe he was hurt, maybe he was, but that's if he's hurt, you got to come out of the game because if you're gonna loaf around like that, it cost them a game.
Yeah, we've seen it happen. We've seen them do this before, and it didn't cost them. But now it came to light because it did cost them a game.
Yeah,
And
and the Yankee fans are pissed. The Yankee fans were not happy with that, and
blame them.
when you see bad habits and stuff, that's when you have to finally just nip it in the bud and teach him a lesson. And now, if he has to be very hurt because they wouldn't hold him out till September if he wasn't, which they're saying he's not going to be back till like early September. So if he wasn't hurt, then I don't think they would hold him out that long. But
Hey, right now, good. This is Boston Romine's chance. He deserves it, and he's out there in his game. The pitchers love Romine more than Sanchez, so
yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, Romine, and Romine's really kind of he's really taken the chance by storm. He's really hitting well, has a good rapport with the pitchers, and every time he's in there, he usually comes up with a big hit. He's really kind of making the most of his opportunity.
right.
And
But it remains to be seen whether he could be a full-time guy. But hey, he deserves it. He's a good catcher too, and Sanchez wants to keep loafing around, and he's going to lose his opportunity in New York.
yeah, and like speaking of trades, they could get a lot for Sanchez. They could get a lot. Cashman would be able to wheel and deal and really make a move out of that. But I think in the end, he's too good and he's too talented. And there's too many good players around him for him to stay like this. So I think he'll change his style and come back strong for the playoffs. That's my prediction for him because I've seen him come up big.
Let's hope, because like I said, this is his chance. I mean, you don't get a bigger market than New York. So.
Yeah, and he's shown that he could play here. He's shown that he can play here. So it's not that he doesn't have it in him. He's got it in him. So he's just got to find it, get healthy, and most importantly, and just be there for the stretch run in October.
All right, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Let's move on to football. Like I said, it's training camp is open. Jets signed Darnold, so he's in. I guess the big things about training camp right now is coming back is how's guys like Wentz and Luck gonna fare? I mean, how bad were these injuries, and can they come back?
Yeah, that's definitely a big storyline. With Luck, it was like baby steps for him to get back. He was throwing a mini football, then he's throwing a college football, high school football, and then now he finally worked his way to throwing real passes with real NFL footballs. And yesterday they were like Luck handed off 10 times and stuff like that. It's really like they're really taking their baby steps with him, and he hasn't played in a year. I forgot he existed. He hasn't.
Yeah, well, he had a major injury. So like I said, I don't know how far along he's come. I mean, Wentz, you can come back from a knee injury much better than you can as Luck had a serious shoulder injury. So
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, there's really no, there's no telling. With the knee injuries, it's all different. You saw Adrian Peterson come back on it and be able to run like the best of his career, pretty much. And then you see, knee injuries, ruin players' careers. So it's really kind of a crapshoot to see, how Wentz will come back. A lot of his game is mobility and like eluding tackles and getting out of the pocket to make plays. So we'll see how that goes. I think the Eagles will be very cautious with him. I don't even know if we'll see him week 1 because they're just going to really take their time.
No, I think he'll be ready. But luck, that remains to be seen. I mean, if something happens to him or this thing flares up again, then that's going to be the end of it for him.
Yeah, he needs to. Well, they got to protect him. That's the whole reason there's a problem with that. They don't protect him, and he takes the worst hits of any quarterback I've seen.
Right. And they don't want him running around anymore. They want him to be a drop-back passer, but we'll see. That may change this whole element of his game.
Yeah. Yeah, but that would take away a lot of his, what makes him special, too. So they really got to, watch what they do there, too. They can't limit him. They just got to protect him better, in my opinion. They just got to, because the Colts have had a terrible offensive line for years. They finally invested on that guy Nelson with their first pick, so he's at least one guy that they can count on on that line. So they're on their way. You got
your guy Dez. He can't seem to find a job. He keeps opening his mouth. He's going to sit down. He's not going anywhere.
Dez. I don't know.
He'll be a guy just like I said, with a key injury to a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Some team, they'll bring him in, but he's not going to get the money he was accustomed to in Dallas. And now he's turning on Sean Lee, going, wait.
Call him a snake. Yeah, he's I don't know. He's not making it easy on himself for real. And he had that offer from the Ravens that he turned down. I don't know why he did that, but he turned down the Ravens, and then now he can't land anywhere. And he keeps saying, I'm just waiting on the perfect team to come and get me, the perfect team. Well, you know what? The perfect team ain't going to come and get you if you keep acting like that. And if you're going to take shots when you're on your way out the door in Dallas, what do they think you're going to do when you leave the next team? Same thing.
Right. Nobody wants a cancer in their locker room, no matter how talented you are. Like he's trying to be like Terrell Owens, but Terrell Owens was still in his prime when he was mouthing off, and he still had a productive career. But to me, Des Bryant he's talking too loud for somebody that really hasn't accomplished a hell of a lot.
No, definitely not. I heard some about Cleveland with him. So maybe he lands there, but I don't really know at this point with him. You'll see an injury, and he'll probably fill in a spot there. That's my prediction. I don't think Cleveland's a spot for him, but yeah, definitely excited. So who have you been looking at this year? Maybe like a surprise team that you like coming out of camp.
I don't know. I mean, I think the Vikings with Cousins, that's an improvement over Case Keenum.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna be back. They got Delvin Cook back. I don't know. I think they'll be in the mix. But like I said, in the AFC, you got Brady and the Pats. They'll
Pittsburgh.
walk. There's no competition in that division. The Dolphins, Tannehill, I wouldn't put my money on them. But
No. Definitely not. Pittsburgh will be in there too.
yeah, the same usual suspects kind of thing. But
Yeah. Jaguars. I think Jaguars are definitely one of the most talented teams in my opinion. They're really good. I definitely would look out for them.
Do you think Blake Bortles is the answer for those guys? I don't
No,
know.
but I think they're good at every other position. But quarterback's the most important.
That's a big spot, though.
Quarterback's the most important. But if he can play competently, I mean, he almost got it done last year. He was damn close to beating them in New England. So I got to give him credit there. He did his job.
Yeah, he may have had a Trent Dilfer year where you have 10 crappy years and one off the charts. He sold your soul to the devil.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
We'll
maybe
see.
he turned a corner. Coughlin's pretty good with quarterbacks, as you know. So maybe he turned a corner.
yeah, so all these guys, I guess the Hall of Fame. I think we touched on it though. I
Yeah, so it's Trammell, Morris, Tomey. Who are the others?
Right, I'm talking the NFL though. You know.
Oh, well, baseball was yesterday. I saw that.
Yeah, those guys all went in. We touched on that, but
So football was. It's an interesting year because it's like Randy Moss, Ray Lewis, Urlacher, Brian Dawkins.
Yeah, we saw enough of Dawkins to say, yeah, he deserves to go in the Hall of Fame
Yeah.
at least twice a week anyway.
Yeah, twice a year. Yeah, he's. Oh my! I was actually reading up on him today. He his numbers and just the impact he had on those defenses. Philly was always hard nosed on defense when they had him. He was unbelievable.
He was tough.
He was
unbelievable.
unbelievable.
And there was two guys that I noticed that got in, and it's hard to believe that they weren't already in. They got in on the Veterans Committee was Jerry Kramer, who's I know you don't remember Jerry Kramer.
I know about him though. I know about him.
On the Packers, how could he not?
Packers offensive line.
Already?
Yeah, just from he was in the Ice Bowl, man. One of the most famous games ever.
Right.
And
he was part of the Green Bay sweep. I can't believe he wasn't in already. And another guy, you don't maybe not remember him, but he was a solid linebacker. Was Robert Brazile for the Houston Oilers?
That one I don't know.
Yeah, he got in finally, and I'm saying, wow. I mean, he deserved to be in long before that.
Yeah, can't put everybody in though. So at least he finally made his way. And this year it should be interesting. You know, Thursday night's the game. I'm pretty sure. And I don't know when the speeches are, but that should be interesting. Those speeches, I really enjoy. There's a lot of good characters going in. I know T.O. won't be there, but that's all right. And Ray Lewis will give a good speech, and Urlacher. Those guys are good characters, so I'll definitely enjoy that.
Yeah, that looks good. So listen, let's touch base real quick because I know we did a lot of wrap up and a lot of conversation on the World Cup, and we talked about it with the men's game versus the women's game, and I actually watched the women played Australia yesterday. They're playing some international tournament or tournament of nations or something, and I got to tell you, it was exciting. It was fluid, and it was no diving, no flopping, no nothing. It was really pretty good, and now I'm getting it why the women's game seems to attract more audience than the men's team.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say more audience, but it's definitely a better quality of game. I would definitely say that. Yeah, I mean I didn't even know that was on, to be honest. I after the World Cup I just tuned out. Now I'm just waiting for the next one that maybe U.S. can get in or not. But
well, I had a conversation with my nephew the other day. He's kind of into the soccer thing, and we were talking about the MLS. And yeah, now that the World Cup is over, all of the the stud players are back with their international team. That's why I said I don't know why this. Who's going to these MLS games? Is this really going to catch on?
No, it's not. It's just not. It's not popular. It's not popular here, and I don't know. Well, there's nothing else to tell you. It's just not catching on, and I don't know why. But,
I mean, do I want to go to a game in Harrison, New Jersey, to see the Red Bulls? Not really.
Nah, go see at Yankee Stadium. NYCFC plays at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, I know.
Go see that.
But I mean, again, all of the good guys are back with their international team, so
yeah,
kind of strange.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just that's just how it is. It doesn't catch on over here. We got baseball and other things to keep us occupied. It's just not enough room for another sport.
So let's move on. We'll talk. Dustin Johnson.
Yeah.
Won the Canadian Open, which, I mean, to me, the PGA, I would say is, and I don't want to say easy, but it's the easier of the four majors to win. Mm-hmm. I think you're going to see like Johnson, Day, McIlroy, one of the prominent guys will end up winning. I don't see some guy sneaking in to win the PGA.
What about Tiger?
I don't know. I think he missed his chance.
That course was made for Tiger. The way he's playing now. And he played it to the best of his ability. He almost got it done. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll see if Tiger's in the mix. But last year Justin Thomas won it. The PGA is really kind of a big name event. A lot of the big names win it. Yeah, I agree. Dustin Johnson. It always seems like he's playing well when going into a major. He's always won a tournament or finished towards the top. He's always hot going into the major.
Right, and playing the Canadian. I mean, I don't know what it is with that course. Or, why that's so easy. I mean, guys that were in 20th place were still 10 under par.
Yeah.
I mean, they light that up.
The cut was like 4 under. If you're 4 under, you missed the cut. It was crazy.
I know.
But Justin Johnson, he wins that tournament every year, the Canadian Open. He loves that tournament.
Yeah.
He wins it
Like
every year.
I said, I think somebody, one of the big names will take the PGA.
We'll see.
So we'll see.
As that gets closer, we'll make our pick. We got to get through the Bridgestone and all that stuff first, so we'll see.
Right.
We'll see how Tiger's playing this week. I know that, and the Bridgestone. So we'll see how he does. But yeah, should be good.
Good, Joe. Good stuff coming up. With like I said, Saratoga's open for business.
Yeah, I know.
And I watched a bunch of races yesterday. It was really, it's a great time up there. And
yeah, I need to make it up there one of these years. It won't be this year, but I do need to make it up there.
But I watched, also the Haskell, which Justify didn't make. He's retired now, but the Good Magic who came in, gave him a run for his money a little bit in the Preakness. That was a big race down in New Jersey. That was. He may end up at Saratoga before the end of the meet.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, you won't see Justify. Justify's done. I guess Justify had a leg injury or something and just retired.
That's what they say, but I think it's more about he's getting, the highest stud fees on the planet now.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
Yeah, for
why
sure.
Race him?
Yeah, there's
what
no.
they did to American Pharaoh last year. They made him race in the.
Yeah, he lost.
And he lost. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I never understood why. The stud the stud fees, like you're gonna get that, and then there's what is it for? You're trying to grab an extra buck or two to go race at Saratoga or the Haskell or whatever. No.
Yeah, I think they learned their lesson. I mean, there was no. What's left to prove? That's why I was crazy over the American Pharaoh thing, and I think that them benching Justify was the right move.
Yeah, I probably agree with that. It was just, got to do it. And then, it leaves the intrigue now. Never saw Justify lose. You never saw Justify lose, so it's like, it kind of keeps the intrigue going for, future. But,
well,
I'm
gonna try to make it up. I'm gonna try to make it up to Saratoga before the end of the summer. That's for sure.
One of these years I'll go. Will I go this year? Probably not. We'll see if I have time, but I definitely need to go soon. Because I just hear all about it, and I hear how great it is. I hear all about it and how great it is. I just need to experience it.
Good. I highly recommend it, my partner.
For sure. Yeah, slow sports week for sure. So we got a little bit in, but we're getting back. We're moving towards football. Thursday, first preseason game. Once football starts, we'll have wall to wall.
Yeah. So listen, there was one thing I would, and I'm not advocating this guy's show. I don't know if you've seen it. This Borat, this guy Borat, Sacha Cohen.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen the movie.
Yeah, but he's got this show that's on
I heard about
HBO or Showtime.
I heard about it.
There was something last night that was so ridiculously funny. It's worth watching. Like I said, I'm not advocating the guy, but he had this guy Roy Moore, who was the senator from Alabama.
Oh yeah.
You got to check it out. It is some funny stuff. I mean, Moore got wise to it after a while, but it was
He's
way
funny.
too late.
Borat's funny, man. Yeah, no, I'll definitely check that out. I've heard a few clips from that show are pretty funny. So I'll definitely check that out. He's funny, man. That Borat. The movie was unbelievably funny.
The movie was great, but this thing, I know he's duping these guys, and there was a funny piece he did with Dick Cheney, and I got to tell you, it's some funny stuff. It's worth checking out.
I'll check it out for sure. Yeah, that's I forget the name of it. It's like Sacha Baron Cohen, and then it's the show.
It's called Who Is America? I
Yeah.
like I said, I'm not advertising it, but I'm just saying it's pretty funny. It's
Hey.
pretty fun.
If it makes you laugh, man, that's all that matters. That's funny stuff, for sure. I'll definitely check that. But
So what else you got for us? Wrap it up for us, Dougie.
yeah, not much else. I've been watching the show on Netflix, Last Chance U. It's about this football. It's about JUCO football, and it's got really popular. And like the players in it that they track have become like folk heroes. And I really recommend it because it's funny. It tells a lot of these players. The coach is hilarious. The things he says, and a lot of these players have these crazy stories and what it took to get there, and that they've overcome all these amazing odds and been able to get a scholarship just at least JUCO. And it follows them throughout the season. It's like a Hard Knocks type, but for a college team. And it's really good. It's really good, and it's on Netflix. It's on the third season now. Like a lot of people listening have probably seen it already. It's like a big show in the sports world. That's my recommendation to check that out because I'm watching the latest season and I'm really enjoying it. I'm almost done with it. I was binge watching it, so that's my recommendation out there.
I haven't seen it, but I'll
check it out. Check it out, but
out.
watch from the beginning. Watch from the beginning. Don't skip to season 3. Every year it's a different team, so it's different players each season. So you kind of get to know these new players. It's pretty good. It's definitely pretty good. I enjoy it.
I'll check it out.
For sure. You want to give a shout out to the sponsors?
Yeah, well, like I said, I hope you guys have called because Harley Davidson of Utica and Lynn's Toyota of Manchester, Connecticut, they're waiting for your call, guys.
Yeah, customer service, most important there. You call them up, you'll get the best service there. Bless you.
So, all right, listen, so we got some good stuff coming up. Just to clarify, some people have been asking, where to do the search on either SoundCloud or YouTube.
Jim and Doug Show. Jim and Doug Show.
And Doug, not the Jim and Doug, right?
Yeah, Jim and Doug Show on YouTube, iTunes, SoundCloud. We're on everything. We're working on Spotify still. But, one of those 3 mediums you can find us. So everyone's got one of them. So,
right.
One of those 3 mediums you find us, Jim and Doug Show. Usually every Tuesday, but, sometimes we mix it up. Sometimes we mix it up and throw in a Thursday or Wednesday in there. But usually every Tuesday morning you'll see it.
All right, good.
So, good stuff.
All right, Dougie, so listen, I know it was kind of a slow sports week, but next week will pick up. And
yeah, we'll have preseason football, man. Can't beat that.
Yep.
Preseason football, whatever else, kind of anything else going on. Trade deadline, there's bound to be a big trade tomorrow made. Kind of something comes out of nowhere, so we'll be able to chat on that. And then we'll have had the Yankees-Boston series to talk about.
Yep.
Which I'll be at game 2. I'll be there Friday in Boston. So look out for me.
That's right.
Look out for me in center field.
I'll be looking for you.
Severino's pitching that day, so we'll see if he gets rocked again.
Yeah, he's had 2 bumpy outings, but he was due. That's
Yeah.
all,
I just hope he's not hurt. Because if he's hurt, then our chances going down the tubes.
Well, like I said, hopefully we'll have by next week we'll have our guest on, and
Yes.
I'm waiting to hear back from him. Like I said,
Surprise Yankee guest.
Yes,
Hopefully
yes, it is.
coming
Looking
off
forward.
a big series in Boston, so that would be good.
Good.
So all right.
All right, guys.
Thanks
Listen,
everybody.
Thanks for joining us, and we look forward to catching up with you guys next week. And signing off, partner.
Signing off.